Dax is up my alley. I think Dax has a philosophical tinge to him. Hey, what's going on? Welcome back. This is Derek, the Meaning in Life expert, coming to you with another Dax reaction. Now this one, Catch the Rain, I don't think has a video, so I've got the audio recording. If there is a video and I just missed it, please let me know. So I'm going to check this out through the lens of meaning in life. What makes life meaningful? What makes life worth living? How can we get to the end of our lives and say that we did it and we'd do it again? So personal values, mindfulness, resilience, narratives, stories, purpose, all these things that make life worth living. Dax, What is Life? That's the album. Catch the Rain. Let's check it out.
The pain never goes away. I suppress these feelings in my chest, then they move up to my neck and decapitate. I'm up.
Come on, 30 seconds in. These feelings never go away. I suppress them and then they come up. So, he talks about this maybe without knowing that he's talking about this. I come from a different lens in to be a man, right? If you don't express yourself, if you keep your feelings bottled up, they're going to come out in ways that you don't want because they don't live in you. They need to be expressed. And if you don't express them on purpose, they're going to be expressed in some other way. You're losing your temper or an uncontrolled fit of crying or worse. Right? So squashing down my feelings means they come popping up in ways that I probably don't want.
I suppress these feelings in my chest, then they move up to my neck and decapitate. I'm obsessed with time. I know I can't get it back, so when I catch my hand, it's only half the weight. I smile on Saturdays, the weekends when I strengthen and deactivate. And then Monday comes around and I relive the same. This cycle is a storm I chase, but I can't seem to catch the rain. It's war when I'm in the booth, just me inside a room, and this liquor always tells the truth. Got my phone inside my hand, but I turn off my notifications because the sight of one could fuck around and change my mood.
Yeah, so I have my phone, but I turn off my notifications because a notification can change my mood 100%. A cell phone, don't get me started. So in our heads, we've got synapses, blah, 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 blah. We've got these brain chemicals. And one of them is called dopamine. And dopamine is what gets released when you start for a goal, and you hit your goal, and you achieve your goal. That's dopamine. It's also the same chemical you get when you drink alcohol or do other kind of drugs or have sex or have really good food. That's dopamine. Your cell phones also elicit dopamine. The likes and the comments and the shares and the notifications, and bam, it triggers the dopamine. Now, all these other substances, gambling, smoking, drinking, all of those have age limits. Right? But cell phones, we'll give those to our kids. So we're letting our kids get addicted to dopamine. We're letting them get addicted to a dopamine device called a phone. And that's kids. Now, even with adults, even with somebody like Dax, even with somebody like me, it will change. Tell me if this has happened. You say, I need to check that quick email. I need to look what time it is. And then, boom, you pull it out, and there's that. I said, I'm from Minnesota. Deal with it. There's that new text message on here. Clickety-click-clack, clickety-clack-clack, swipe, swipe, swipe. Oh, shit, what was I even doing? Oh, damn it, I didn't even check I don't even know what time it is. Because it can completely distract you. So, one little line, he talked about cell phone addiction, in my opinion.
But I turn off my notifications because the sight of one could fuck around and change my mood. I hit record. My life's melodic pain they've never heard before. They get addicted to that sound and then I make them more. And now I understand why they say when it rains it pours. Don't want to live my life inside this cage. I'm stuck in retrograde. As history repeats itself, I seclude myself and ask for space. I think I'm planted in the storm, but I can't catch the rain. Cover up a master pain. I think I got it. The pain never goes away. I suppress these feelings in my chest, then they move up to my neck and decapitate.
hard.
Saturdays, the weekends,
A
my
lot.
strengthen and deactivate. And then Monday comes around and I relive the same. This cycle is a storm I chase, but I can't seem to catch the rain. Cause I'm having trouble getting used to me. Cause I remember how it used to be. I meet new people every day, and you see, usually I don't know if they like me or they motherfucking using me. And that's why I'm just closed off.
I meet new people and I can't tell if they like me or if they're using me. This is a common experience for people as you move up the wealth spectrum or the fame spectrum. I see it with people who move up the wealth spectrum, but it's the same thing. If you're talking about wealth or power or fame, people start to notice you. And you know, they call them first world problems. First world problems are still problems to the person experiencing them. It's hard to have friendships. If I, say, through no fault of my own, am the fourth generation wealthy person, wealthy kid, you'd think, oh, that'd be great. I would love to have that life, except it's very lonely because I don't know who's actually my friend and who just wants to be with me because we're going to nice places or we're going on nice trips or I'm going to invite you over to my place. Who actually wants to date me or who just wants to date me because of what I can provide. All that also back to be a man. It's tough to understand that. And this, I imagine it's the same thing with fame. Who wants to chat with me, be my friend, and who just wants me to give them a shout out so they can get some fame? Very, very common for experience for people to not understand or not be able. You can't understand the motives of the other people. And you want to assume positive intent and say they like me for me, but that doesn't always happen.
You see, usually I don't know if they like me or they motherfucking using me. And that's why I'm just closed off and antisocial. In and out of conversations,
Exactly.
I'm compensating. My music's my excuse to say I'm vocal. My greatest hits are my worst times compiled. I bottled up.
My greatest hits are my worst times compiled up. Now, what he reminded me of, I'm a Dave Matthews Band fan, and there's a Dave Matthews Band lyric where it's called "Funny the Way It Is," the song, and it's a bunch of, I mean, it's a whole song of contradictions, almost like one fact and then the bright side, and one fact and the bright side. They're just different sides of the same thing. And one of the lines in there is, "Somebody's broken heart becomes your favorite song." And it's exactly what Dax just said. I write down everything that's going on, usually because I'm in pain. And he talks about this in The Abyss. And that's what's popular. It's popular because of my pain. And so it almost sounds like he's got some kind of a... I don't know, you call it a wish that it wasn't that way. Like why should I have to go through this struggle to have a good song? But I don't believe Dax watches this, but if you do, and you're here, there's a very, very famous book called Man's Search for Meaning, written by a guy, Viktor Frankl, a person that I look up to. We both spend, he's the late Viktor Frankl, but he spent his life thinking and pondering and writing about meaning in life, which is what I talk about. Now, he wrote the book Man's Search for Meaning, and when asked, why do you think this is so popular? Well, how does it feel to be so famous and to have sold so many books? And he said, well, it makes me a little bit sad for society that a book with the title Man's Search for Meaning is so popular. It's less about him. So this book, I mean, Viktor Frankl was a 4-time Holocaust survivor and wrote about his experiences in these concentration camps, and these 4 concentration camps that he was in. But it's because of that he wrote this book and gave hope to so many other people. So yes, it's a popular book because he had to go through 4 concentration camps, but it also had meaning because he could touch the lives of so many other people. So that's not easy, but that is the reframe that says, God damn it, I've been beat down, broken, burned, and kicked. And that's the stuff that people like. A reframe is, well, people can relate, and maybe I can help somebody. I think he does that. I'm not trying to say he doesn't do that, but that's the reframe that can really help. Is to the recognition that we're not alone, and other people are going through this, and by telling you through my music, or whatever your vehicle is, you can help others.
My music's my excuse to say I'm vocal. My greatest hits are my worst times compiled. I bottled up and shared to the world, and that's what made them global. And that's the fucked up part. Popping prescriptions while giving vivid descriptions to people who clap and listen while you stuck inside a prison, slave to the algorithm.
So okay, this is there's a deeper. There's a school of thought that says if there's an event that's happened 18 months or longer ago, and you still can't talk about it without feeling some kind of emotion, anger, sad, fear, you haven't processed it. And to process it, you can talk to a professional listener, like a therapist or a coach, or you can journal. But just the process of taking this bundled up ball of thoughts and turning those thoughts into words, and those words into sentences, and those sentences into paragraphs, it starts to make sense of what's happened. It starts to give meaning to what's happened. That doesn't mean you have to like it. It doesn't mean that's always good, but it does open up the door to benefit finding and silver linings, and how did you become more resilient, and maybe you're becoming anti-fragile and you became better because of this, but this takes time to settle. But if you go back, you can process that. He sounds like, I have to relive this all the time. I wrote about this shit, and that became a song, so now I got to go perform it, and now I'm reliving this shit all over again because these motherfuckers like it. Fucking assholes. He didn't say that. I'm joking. But so the lesson here is you have to process the things that have happened to you, and you process things by making sense of them. Professional listeners can help, therapists can help, but journaling can help, a good friend can help. And he's going into something even deeper, I think, after that.
Vivid descriptions to people who clap and listen while you stuck inside a prison, slave to the algorithm. Cope with the mechanisms like liquor and chasing women, but that's what they want. Then you wake
Slave
up
to
and
the
it's all
algorithm.
over. Life is nothing but a vapor. Once you blink, you're older. Your heart gets colder. They meddle in your mind, the system you gave your whole lifetime implodes and starts to corrode you. You looking over your shoulder thinking how you supposed to get through this life while being sober. You lose composure, get to drinking for the closure, then you right back in the cycle where those motherfuckers want you saying the pain never goes away. I suppress these feelings in my chest.
Life is fast.
To my neck,
Life will.
I'm obsessed with time.
You blink and it's over.
Get it back, so when I catch my head, it's only half the weight. I smile on Saturdays.
So take that. Life is short. So imagine yourself at the end of your life. You've lived a great life. You've lived the life that you want. And in your last conscious moment, you're able to tell yourself, I did it. I fucking did it. What do you want to be able to say I did it about? And then what do you need to do today in order to make that happen? You don't have time to waste. You don't have to always be productive either. But that perspective can help. That time is short. And if you want to be able to get to your deathbed and say I did it, what do you need to do now in order to make that happen?
The weekends when I strengthen and deactivate, and then Monday comes around and I relive the same. This cycle is a storm I chase, but I can't seem to catch the rain. Dear God, please burn every bridge that leads my life back to pain. Amen.
That's good. I love it. I mean, Dax is up my alley. I think Dax has a philosophical tinge to him. So that definitely speaks to me. He's been through a lot of stuff, and he's got the courage to write about this stuff so that we can benefit from hearing this. But what is life is the name of the album, and that's the great question. Like, what the hell is life? You didn't choose to be born. You get a few dozen trips around this star that we call the sun, and then we got to go again. So what do you want to do in your short time here? You've got the human condition. Once you're born, how would you describe what a human life is? It's not easy. It shouldn't be easy. If it was, if you didn't, if it was always easy all the time, that would be boring, right? The down times make the good times more worth it, and we need adversity. There's an experiment in Biodome where they didn't have any wind, and the trees were floppy. They couldn't get a solid tree because the trees needed the wind to push them around and beat them around so that they could learn how to be strong, right? So don't be a floppy tree. You need adversity in your life so that you can grow and get better and learn from it. So anyways, with that, let me know what I missed. Let me know what else I should be checking out, and I will see you next time.